An update to breaking news this midday. The Tulsa School of Arts and Sciences in Midtown is destroyed in a fire that's taken nearly 6 hours to put out. 2 News reporter Dan Perlman told us about it first on 2 News today, just after 5 o'clock this morning. He's live now with the very latest information. Dan?
Well, Dina, the first thing is, the first thing is actually good news. That is that the fire appears to be mostly out behind me. You can see that it is still smoldering a little bit. But the bad news is, of course, there is really very little left of this building. It started on the east side of the old Barnard Elementary School building, and it slowly spread to the west. 8 firefighters were taken to the hospital. We're going to have much more on that in a little bit. But as one student told me, he said, really what happened out here was just surreal. This morning, the flames began shooting into the sky. From that point forward, word spread.
Well, my friend called me this morning. I just woke up and I was getting ready for school, and she told me that our school had caught on fire, and I thought she was kidding. Like, you don't think that would happen. But by the time daylight broke and Julia Factor made it to her school, she realized it was very real. Crying. This is just overwhelming. The Tulsa School of Arts and Sciences was still burning. Smoke could be seen for miles, and as it filled the air, the feeling of loss was settling in.
The community here of our school has put thousands of hours into this building, getting it ready for school to start, and then even after school started, we painted rooms, we moved things.
So now this is all about optimism.
A group of smart kids and smart people, and we'll make it through.
And of course, there's that perseverance.
TSAS, we're strong, we're family, and I know that we'll stick together and that we're going to get through this.
Now we have just learned that classes will resume for the Tulsa School of Arts and Sciences tomorrow. They will be held at the old Sequoia Elementary School that's near Admiral and North Harvard. Right now I want to bring in Stan May with the Tulsa Fire Department. Stan, the first thing I want to talk to you about are those 8 firefighters who were taken to the hospital. First of all, what happened with them and how are they doing this morning?
Early on, about 20 minutes into the fire, they were trying to stop it on the east end. We had a series of explosions, and they got caught in those. Ceiling and some roof debris came down on them. We got them out. We transported 8. 6 of them have been discharged from the hospital. They got them in there, got them cleaned up and treated. They're going to keep 2 overnight to treat them. They've downgraded their burns from 3rd down to 2nd degree, so they're probably looking at about a week.
All right, now you mentioned those explosions. Where did they come from? A classroom, somewhere outside the classroom? What happened with the explosion?
We're not sure exactly which room they came from, but it was close to the old chemistry lab that they had towards the east end of the building.
Okay, next question is about the investigation into this. Where do you guys stand with that?
We've had a series of explosions, so our guys are starting to look into it right now, our investigators, and ATF is coming in and offering to help. And we should know here shortly if that's what's going to happen.
Okay, now you guys are obviously still out here. It is still smoldering a little bit. What do you guys do from here?
We're just going to spend most of the afternoon making sure we've got all the hot spots put out. It's going to take several hours to get all the flames out because most of it's buried under debris.
All right, these firefighters, they've been out here literally for hours, since about 5 o'clock this morning. How are they holding up through all of this?
They're holding up pretty good. We rotated a bunch of them out about 8 o'clock. So we've got a pretty fresh group here now, but it's starting to heat up, and we're going to keep a close eye on them.
All right, Stan, thank you very much for joining us throughout the morning. We do have a crew out here. We have several crews working on this story, and we're going to continue to follow it throughout the day, so be sure and stick with us. Live in Midtown Tulsa, Dan Perlman, 2 News, works for you.